What's up, y'all? It's your boy Niner Faithful. How's everybody doing? Hope everyone is having a legendary week. Um, man, uh, probably not. Obviously, for I should say a good chunk of the Niner Empire today has not been a good day for us. Um, yeah, I don't really want to talk about it, but y'all see the hat I'm wearing today. But you can kind of see it right there too. Oops, turn it the right way. I rep my squad regardless. We do not have a promo code for 10% off, or actually, you know what? Bubby, pass me a flyer. We are actually, just going to give everybody this promo code for this week. Pass me. We're going to go ahead and give everybody 10% off this week with the promo code FLYER, FLYER, to save 10% off of all our merchandise at NinerFaithfulRadio.com. Also, tomorrow, you know what? Bubby, do me a favor. Go on my phone and I don't even know where it is. Go on my Facebook and on the notifications or something, or no, on my phone. Go on my Facebook, and we'll get you the information for the barbecue we're going to be attending tomorrow. But let's see, we got a comment already. Hey, brother, what's going on? Just living the dream, brother. Living the dream. I can do it, baby. So, we're gonna go ahead and also remind everybody to get your officially licensed Niner gear by using our affiliate link. You not only save 10%, but it really does help out the show. The link will be available in the description of this podcast or video. We really do appreciate that, your support. Go to cgiant.com, use the promo code NinerFaithfulRadio to save on all your theater, concert, and sporting event tickets, as well as help out the show. Make sure you go to NinerFaithfulRadio.com/subscribe to see everywhere you can find the show. And also you can find the show on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, or Instagram and Tumblr at Niner Faithful Radio. And you can also find the show on Twitter at Niner Faithful R. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, let's get the show.
Montana steps up, throws.
So, there you go. CERES. What would that be, babe?
Series? I don't know.
So tomorrow we are going to be out with the Central Valley Faithfuls tomorrow in Citrus, California, Samaria Park, 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. It's going to be a long day, Bubby.
Mm-hmm.
Out there selling our For the Faithful, By the Faithful t-shirts. We've got no entry fees for cars or bikes, lowrider and car show. $100 car prize for best car and bike. Free raffle prizes for the kids and free taco potluck and a 50-50 raffle. Ladies and gentlemen, please stop by. Support For the Faithful, By the Faithful. Me and Bubby are going to be out there very long time tomorrow on our day off. Hooey. And we're going to be spending all day this Sunday together too.
Mm-hmm.
So, please, come check us out. Ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and bring Brian in. We bored enough with you that. What's cracking, Brian? How you doing?
I'm pretty good myself. How's the faithful doing?
Yeah, you know what? Let us know, everybody, in the comments how you hanging in there. Look,
How's that 2-3 feeling right now?
yeah, like let's cut to the chase, okay? This is obviously not where any of us thought we would be 5 weeks into the season. Um, I'm gonna start out by saying this is look, honestly, I think the division's toast. I don't think we're winning the division. Now, I will always keep it faithful and always say it's possible, and you never know. We do
Mhm.
have 2 games against the Yams coming up, and of course, one against the Cardinals and the Seahawks. And really, honestly, when if you go back to the season schedule show, I actually picked us to lose this game when the schedule first came out, and I said, you know what, Arizona is just always one of those fluky places that fluky shit seems to happen.
Mhm.
So it's I personally, and I'll get your opinion about this. I feel 2 ways. Not so much, yeah, about particularly about that game, but about the season so far. Is okay. So you look at it, we did what good teams were going to do. We mashed on Detroit. Um, maybe that fourth quarter, we week one we blew that off. Hey, we have the backups in,
Yeah.
all that type of things. And I don't think it was a telltale sign or a pattern or anything of the simple fact that onside kick is not going to bounce off of George Kittle's mask probably ever again the rest of his career.
Yeah.
There were a lot of fluky things that week. Obviously, and so we go in. We handle business against Philadelphia. You could say, yeah, shoulda, coulda, woulda beat the Whackers, but didn't. And okay, fine. You tip your cap to Aaron Rodgers. And then you say the 2 division games are the ones that got me pissed off the most.
Mhm.
Because fine, you tip your cap to Aaron Rodgers. You say, hey, you know what? You just think our defense is going to get it done with 37 seconds. But the two, the reason I say the division is gone, and of course we were always being faithful, and when I say the division's gone, I don't mean like they can't possibly ever, no chance in hell win it, but I
Yeah.
wouldn't put my money down on it because to me, the Chicago one makes me the most mad because it's like we should have beat them.
Mhm.
We played a better football game than them that week. It wasn't even close. Really, two special teams errors. You know, really, essentially, is what really ultimately cost us the football game that we dominated every other aspect except red zone and turnovers. And so, Brian, your thoughts on how are you feeling? 5 weeks into the 2021 season.
Honestly, I don't think our record defines us. Uh, we should. I mean, we only lost by one possession games against the Seahawks and the Cardinals, and those are teams, that we were really in there for fourth quarters until those last 3 minutes tick down, and I I think you could say that we could have done this to win this game, or we shouldn't have done this to win this game or lose it. But I think this is what's gonna make the team the adversity that they're gonna take, and we have a pretty slight schedule coming up, so um, let's turn this thing around.
Yeah, I mean that's your reason for hope, and I guess obviously I want to leave this show feeling positive. You know,
Yeah.
going into a pivotal week, 7 matchup. Um, emotional, for the team, for the fans, for Defo. This week is going to be emotional. Sunday night is going to be emotional for all of us. You feel me? Let's be real. Defo should be a Niner. Defoe should have been a lifer. There was no reason not to make Defoe a lifer. Now, fine, you can make arguments on whatever, but anyway, I will always stand that. Yeah, Defoe should have been a lifer, and I'll never knock a player for getting what he feels he's worth or whatever like that. But you know what? If Defoe really wanted to be a Niner, there was a way to do it.
Yeah. Or um, I don't know. Maybe it stops.
That's just my stance.
Yeah,
That you know what? If, that's just my stance. Now,
and
I
also, oh, also the agency goes through it too.
well,
It's
of course. And look, I'm not calling Defoe selfish. I'm not. I'm happy Defoe got played. He deserves it. He's a great man. We all know the situation with his father, all that.
yeah,
So we love Defoe. Nobody, I've never heard a bad word spoken about the man. But to me, when you analyze the 2021 Niners, it's two things. I have absolutely no problem overall with the defense. I have absolutely no problem, especially considering after week one, look, we all had concerns. We did. But if you tell me that, okay, fine, whatever about week one against Detroit, week two in Philadelphia to hold them down to 10 points. You feel me? To hold Philadelphia down to 10 points. The defense played magnificently. Um, Fine, you give up 30 points to Aaron Rodgers. Okay, you chalk that one up, right? You say, okay, fine, Aaron Rodgers was going to score 30. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
And okay, fine. You could say whatever, about Russell Wilson, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And ultimately, the defense will say, hey, we don't care where we turn the ball over or however we turn, our job is to keep them out of the end zone. We don't care where the ball is at. But ultimately, we know the defense was put in horrible positions against the Seahawks. You
yeah.
feel me? And then you go to Arizona. And what? What did it? I have absolutely no problem with the way the defense played. The
No,
play
I think
against
they played lights out that week. That week
the
we
play
just
against
shut down
DeAndre
Tyler.
Hopkins. Like, okay, ultimately, did that touchdown cost us the game? Yes. Fine, Josh Norman. Time your jump better. You feel me? But you know what I say to that? Hey, guess what? That's why he was available when he was for us to even sign him when Jason Verrett got hurt. That the secondary has not been the issue. You have not been able to point to a game and say the secondary lost us this football game. The defense lost us this football game, except the Whackers game. Our team needs to play better next week. Yeah, it's simple as that, Mimi. It's straight up simple as that. Exactly. You said it perfectly. Um, so defensively, I have no problem with the way the defense played. I mean, last week, that that's the type of defensive effort that gets me fired up. That honestly, when it's just you look back and you're like with last year, and so far this year, we're wasting a top 10 defense. We're wasting a defense that look. Do I think they're the 2019 defense? No, they're not. But are they a playoff defense? Yes.
Yeah.
So okay, then you go to the offense. I'm pointing this 3-2 record on the offense and ultimately on Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah, I mean, they were keeping us in the game. If it wasn't for them, I mean, we only held Kyler Murray for like what, 10 rushing yards. I mean, I know like rushing yards doesn't define him as himself, but um, it was
He did
just
make the breaking plays,
yeah,
except except that throw to the rookie. I forget his name, which is
Rondell
an
Moore.
unbelievable,
Yeah,
insane catch.
and that was a better catch than a throw.
Yeah,
I
that
believe.
was a way better catch. That's the type of catch that you just tip your cap to. And you say, you know what, a big shout out. I was so disappointed we lost this game because I wanted so bad to give Dante Johnson the Bam Bam Defensive MVP of the Week award.
Yeah.
I wanted to give him that award so bad because I thought he played his heart out. I thought the whole secondary played their heart out when all things considered.
Hmm.
When all things considered, what that offense had done the first 4 games of the season, so I point this ultimately at Kyle Shanahan. Now, do I believe that means we need to fire Kyle Shanahan? No. Yeah, we're gonna get to Trey here in a second, Mimi, but I agree with you well. But this is I don't believe we fire Kyle Shanahan. Maybe ultimately just because okay, well, fine. Who the fuck are you gonna get better? Because if you fire Kyle Shanahan
Who are you
two
gonna get?
years,
Who you gonna
2 years after he approaches the Super Bowl, especially when let's not forget what this organization and this ownership's reputation was after the firing of Jim Harbaugh. Who the fuck are you gonna get the ones to come here? Who? So you fire Jim Harbaugh after 3 straight NFC championships and a Super Bowl appearance and an 8-8 record. Literally, you fired a coach that never had a losing record. Think about that. You fired a coach that never had a losing record. And let's not forget, Brian, you're probably too young to remember this, but let's forget about what was before Harbaugh. We would have the faithful would have killed to have an 8-8 record before Harbaugh.
Yeah. No.
Okay, so then you hire Harbaugh. You fire Jim Harbaugh, which I've always said there are reasons to fire Jim Harbaugh. I think the problem wasn't with firing Jim Harbaugh. I think the problem was not hiring Vic Fangio, which fine, you could answer how much of a better head coach is he or whatever like that, for how he has been in Denver. But ultimately, I think that's the problem. Because I don't think Patrick Willis retires if Vic Fangio was made head coach. I don't think Justin Smith retires. I don't think Chris Borland retires. I think this team looks a lot different in 2015. As far as the free agents that we had leaving, etc. Okay, so who are if you fire Kyle Shanahan, who's still well respected as an offensive guru in the league, who I promise you will have 31 teams pounding on his door, begging to hire him. You don't think fucking Mark Davis wants to hire Kyle Shanahan? You really don't think the Bears want to hire Kyle Shanahan? The Bears would go running for Kyle Shanahan. So ultimately, no, I'm not a fire Kyle Shanahan. And two, man, you got to at least give him an opportunity, to develop Trey.
Yeah.
Now, I feel that's the appropriate position. Yeah, I totally agree with you, Mimi. Ultimately, going into the rookies and things of that nature, um, what the fuck with Brandon Ayuk? Um, John Lynch talking about he hasn't taken strides. Well, I'm curious how the hell he could take strides when you don't throw him the fucking ball. I mean, Brian, your thoughts on Brandon Ayuk? I can't because I'm going to get in a rant about that one.
Well, it's gonna be difficult for me to say because I'm not there at the facility, but
Yeah, of course.
what I seen during the games, I mean, when you throw him the ball, he's like freaking a big stick. He's gonna catch every ball that's gonna go through him. I only see him had one target that he didn't catch, and I think it's just a situation with the quarterbacks. I'm like, we
It
were
clearly has to be an issue between him and Jimmy or something because
yeah.
this is my thing. Now, it's It's an issue, but it's not an issue. It's not an issue because Debo's having an amazing season. Big shout out to Debo. He has clearly proven that he's the number one. Shit, let's be real. So far this season, Debo's been the number one target of this team, including over George Kittle. Love Kittle Corn. He's a beast. All that. But let's be real. The number one offensive weapon this year for the Niners has been Debo Samuel.
Yeah, I don't think I don't think I think the most person who's gonna have the bigger impact is gonna play the slot side. I don't
Yeah.
think it's gonna be the X to Y, because Cal's offense isn't like that, and I think it's little dump offs to the slot guy or the tight end or even the running backs. I don't think they're gonna go out of their hand and all right, let's have let's have the outside guys run this route or something.
The, the,
I just
the, I just have a big feeling. It's just the offense. This is and it's. I mean, like, look at that drive and the Cardinals game when literally Mike McGlinchey and Trent Williams both had holding penalties.
mhm,
Now I will say this: that was a horribly officiated game. Okay, that was. I'm not going to blame that on the refs, whatever.
uh,
But that was a horribly officiated game. But what upsets me the most is that it's an offensive issue. Clearly, the reason why we're 3-2, and so we'll wrap up the show this week with this little tidbit, at least answering this question. Do you start now? We all both know they're questionable. Look, either Jimmy or Trey are starting Sunday.
mm,
And when we have more time and get into more depth, we'll get into the fact that fucking Trey Lance has a knee sprain. Maybe I don't know. Maybe don't use him as a fucking running back.
yeah.
Quit winding him up the middle on 4th and 1 from the 1 yard. Like, what the fuck do you think that they're gonna do? Everybody knows what you're gonna do at that point. I, I don't get that. Like that's literally that's what. Oh man, I can't get into that. So ultimately, we'll leave it this. Brian, Trey, or Jimmy, who are you
I'm gonna,
starting the rest of the season?
I'm gonna say Jimmy. I mean, if Trey comes back, I mean, he's a runner. He's gonna escape the pocket, and what is the possibilities he's gonna hurt his knee again? I mean, it's not gonna be completely healed, and I think Jimmy just handed it off, stay in the pocket. I mean, once in a while, get out of the pocket. I mean, it's just not like Trey's game. So I think if Jimmy is at least 65% healthy, I think he's going to be the guy on there. No matter if Trey is 80 to 70% healthy, I think it's going to be Jimmy.
I think that ultimately, okay, health permitting, I will say this: health permitting, okay, because I'm with you. Don't put out Trey Lance there if you're risking something long term or whatever. Okay,
Yeah.
but ultimately, I'm saying you got to go to Trey Lance. I didn't think because the thing I'm looking at it is ultimately what I felt would be the reason why to have Jimmy Garoppolo be the starting quarterback is I'm not seeing. I'm not seeing the veteran leadership. I'm not seeing the veteran. I'm not seeing the veteran presence when it's Trey's throws high. He misses open receivers. He throws hospital balls. He whatever you could say about Trey Lance, it's not like we haven't seen that exact same thing from Jimmy Garoppolo. So what's the difference? What's the difference with when simply I remember talking to a fellow faithful on Monday, and I said, to me, there were several plays in the game where you simply look and you're like, you know what, that might have been only a 2, 3, 4 yard gain, which is not that great. Nothing to write home about. Fine, you picked up 2 yards. But you know what? With Jimmy, that ball gets thrown away. And so with Trey, you're able to turn into going in with Jimmy, you would have had a 2nd and 10, right? You know, with Trey, now you got 2nd and 8, 2nd and 7. Okay, fine. You pick up a new 2 or 3 yards. Let's say you pick up 3 yards now. A 2nd and 10 with Jimmy, turning a 3rd and manageable. Now all of a sudden that 3rd and 10 now becomes a 3rd and 3 with Trey, simply by him just being able to get 2 3 yards. Now I'm not saying that's going to happen every single play, but Jimmy just doesn't have that. Fine, he's did it, but he can't do that on the consistent plays. Now I understand that's partly the reason he got hurt. Exactly what I said. Maybe exactly. We are seeing the same things from Jimmy Garoppolo that we would see with Trey Lance. Trey Lance is clearly the future. I didn't see nothing on last Sunday to make me think otherwise. Did you, Brian?
No,
I didn't see nothing except for somebody said literally the youngest starting quarterback in franchise history, and we're talking about a team that's celebrating its 75th year now, this year, and he's the youngest quarterback to start.
I mean, he's gonna make those rookie mistakes anyways,
E-
and
Exactly, but you're not getting that beautiful throw to Brandon Ayuk. That was a beautiful throw. Oh my God! Like I got a total football boner. Total
man,
football boner. That was a gorgeous throw. That first play,
mhm.
the 14-yard run. How many 3rd and 10s did he complete? It's just we're seeing things that Jimmy just can't give us. So to me, if you says Jimmy gives us the best chance to win, how so is that? Because Trey didn't cost us that game. So how is Jimmy giving us a better chance to win? I'm curious exactly what Jimmy is doing to give us that better chance to win. What is he doing? I can't think of anything. Health permitting, of course. Fine. Now, if you want to say Jimmy's more healthy than Trey, okay, fine. If you could say, hey, his knee's so bad that the one thing that you says he has an advantage over Jimmy right now is not an option, i.e., he can't run. Okay, fine. Then I can understand maybe why you would go with Jimmy Garoppolo because, yeah, I'm going to say Jimmy Garoppolo. Yeah, fine. If you want to say Jimmy's healthier, fine. But if all things are even, you're going to Trey Lance. Trey Lance is the future of this franchise. You're no longer getting the benefits of what I felt that you were getting from Jimmy Garoppolo. I haven't seen it the first 5 weeks. There's nothing. There's nothing to make me think that it's coming back. Which let's be real, that hospital ball that Jimmy threw against the Seahawks. Let's be real. I thought our season was done. I thought George's career was. Ask my girl. I was literally about to I felt like I was going to throw up. I thought George Kittle's season was done. Even my girl was sitting there saying, he I thought his season was, I was like, his knee's done. He blew out his knee right now. It's over. I mean, I'm assuming that's what you felt as well, Brian.
Yeah, um, man,
I can't have that. I can't have that for, hey, bro, you know what? You've been our starting quarterback since 2018. Now, I understand that you've only had one full season as a starter. Well, that's also partly the issue, too. Partly the issue, too. But if we're going to suffer through the same play that we've seen from Jimmy throughout this season, where is this new improved Jimmy that we were supposed to see? I haven't seen it. If you're trying to save his trade value, it's gone. Not only is he injured, but everybody's in the league seeing that he's the same quarterback, which is fine. Is a winning quarterback, best quarterback we've had here in a while. But he can't. I'm to the point where fine, if this ain't going to be a championship season, if this is going to be a championship season, I'm sorry to say, but this probably is going to come from Trey Lance. If it's a championship season, that I don't feel that because I don't see what Jimmy's doing right now on a consistent basis that Trey can't do, especially when you talk about him starting. And you say, okay, fine. Well, he's gone from game 1 to game 2 to game 3 to game 4 to game 5, assuming he's going to get better.
Yeah,
I'm assuming that the man, all we've heard is about his worth ethic, how he starts, how he's a quick learner. So you would think he would be better. So by the time week 17 rolled around, it would be, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. So it'd be his 10th start. No, a 13th start. Wait, 5,
11.
6,
No,
7,
10.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Yeah, it'd be his 13th start if he were to start from the sixth game on.
Oh, you're talking about Jimmy?
No, I'm talking about Trey.
No,
If Trey
his
became he started the fifth game,
fifth,
6, 7.
but the bye.
Yeah, but you're talking about it's our fifth game. We're 2-3. So
Mhm.
he started the fifth, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. It'd be his 13th career start. So we're assuming, why I'm assuming, of course, fine, you know what they say about assuming, but I'm assuming that the man would be better in career start 13 than he would be career start number 1.
Mhm. And his toughest matchup could be the Cardinals. I mean, what?
It's just he's given us last stance look better than Jimmy, right? I mean, I'm not even talking about stats. Faithful, we know what good quarterbacks look like. Whether you grew up in the 80s with Joe, whether you were like myself and grew up in the 90s and 2000s with Steve and Jeff Garcia, we saw Colin Kaepernick, Alex Smith. I mean, we know what good quarterbacks look like. Fine, you can make your argument about Cap, maybe even Alex. But like we've seen it before. So I don't need to look at stats. I trust these. These have watched football for over 30 years. I trust these. And what my eyes tell me is number 5 can simply just do things that number 10 can't. So to me, you have to start Trey Lance because I've not seen anything to prove to me that Jimmy Garoppolo gives us a better chance to win right now. I just don't see it. So you can't use that as okay. Well, we're trying to win a championship, and we just don't feel like Trey's ready to take us to a championship. Okay, well, I haven't seen anything from Jimmy that makes me think that he's ready. And then hold on, let me see. I think I froze y'all. My bad. The freaking laptop's about, and I don't even know where the hell. There's not even a plug around here, is there? No. What kind of place doesn't have a? My bad, Joe. Um. So is there a plug on that side, Bobby?
Here, let me try this. I think we lost CJ. Uh, Let me get it a minute and to see if he would reappear. I'm just gonna give my opinion now. And I was on mute the whole time. I'm gonna give my opinion now, and I definitely think Cherry got a lot of more criticism than he should have. Um, he's a rookie quarterback. He's gonna make rookie mistakes, and I expect him to be back either later on in the season or um, week 7 against the Colts. And yeah. Okay. Well, that will wrap up the bye week special. And yeah, let's rally up and hit week 7 strong. And thank you for tuning in. It's Niners Faithful Radio. Go Niners. Let's go. Peace.